Have you been thinking of getting into photography? Let me help you out by giving you 5 things not to do. Number 1, buying the most expensive gear. You do not need to buy and use the newest camera. If you are wanting to do photography but don't have a big budget, buy used. My first camera was a used Canon T7. I've done a review of it. Check it out after this video. I have since upgraded to the Canon 90D. I have also done a review on that one. The newest releases are close to double or more than the gear that I use. My lens and camera body combined are $5,000. But since I bought it used, it only cost me $3,000. That $2,000 I saved could have been used for rent or a trip somewhere. I used my phone for a long time. If you are doing landscape photography, a phone works crazy well. The only 2 sections of photography that a camera would be necessary is for wildlife and modeling. Now, the statement I said prior isn't 100% true. If you're wanting to get paid for your modeling gig, a phone may not cut it. Not because it isn't good enough, but because the client most likely won't find that very professional. But if it is for a friend, for Instagram, then a phone is totally doable. The other type would be wildlife. I have worked alongside wildlife management in mine sites that would take pictures through a pair of binoculars. They turned out fairly decent. Not to mention that you can buy long lenses that clip onto your phone, extending the range of viability. 2, comparing yourself to others. It can be so hard when you are scrolling through social media and seeing all of that Nat Geo or professional photographers' pictures. Then you look back at your pictures, their pictures may be sharper or have a crazy subject, or even just have a better location. If you are starting out, that selfie you did 2 years ago is your best picture. You only need to compete against yourself. You are not Tony Northrup. You haven't been doing photography since the dark ages. I have some videos on camera basics if you want to learn more about how to use manual mode. But since you are not a National Geographic photographer that has a camera setup that costs as much as a car or a house, if you are, I don't know what I can teach you. But let's assume that you're not Tony nor a Nat Geo photographer. If you are practicing and improving, then that's all that matters. If you post your pictures online, then listen to some of what's being said. You can learn a lot from others. But remember that other people's pictures do not matter in regards to your pictures. Number 3, not putting in work. If you are a perfect photographer and can't be taught, then I'm not sure why you're here. But for everyone else, subscribe first off. If you want to improve anything, then putting in the work is necessary. Then putting in the effort into your chosen subject will do you well. I love watching YouTube videos on how to improve lighting, video editing, and other aspects. I spend at least 50% of my time, if not more, on YouTube. Even when I'm writing, I probably have a YouTube video on in the background. 4, giving up early. If you are doing photography and still at the beginning, then first off, you're doing great. Photography has a large and steep learning curve, but if every mistake you make, you learn from, then it's not a mistake. There can be big plateaus or big steps in experience. If you give up at the beginning, then you won't ever get the chance to be better. If you give up early on, then that picture that you could have taken that will bring a smile to someone's face won't ever happen. If you stop early, then you won't enjoy the pleasures of getting that snap of a bird perched in a tree branch. 5, taking it too seriously. Have fun. I'm in a fun game called Guru Shots. I'm not sponsored by them, obviously, but I like it. It is quite a fun game. You post your pictures and vote on others' pictures. It is an app, by the way. I love going on nature walks or setting up bird feeders and bird houses. Photography is such a fun thing to do. Take pride in what you do and have fun. If you are interested in photography, then join a good community and forward the good vibes. Photography can be such a welcome and supportive group of people. Share your pictures and be supportive of other people's photography. And remember to be kind to animals.